What's up, YouTube? Ryan back today with the Week 18 minor league recap. Let's go. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I was on a 2-week work trip, so unfortunately I couldn't record. I am back. I am happy to be producing the minor league content again. After 2 weeks off, I'm ready to go. So we're going to jump into the video pretty quick here. This will be the Week 18. I'm just skipping 16 and 17. I was debating doing a 3-week one, but that's just a lot of research to do. I'm not gonna lie. It was also my son's birthday yesterday, so I wasn't able to put like a ton of research into this video, but I do got some good content for you. We're gonna jump into the video pretty quick here with our first player at rookie ball. We're gonna talk about Dylan Cruz. All right, Dylan Cruz is the only player we're gonna talk about at the rookie ball level, and again, there's not a lot of people at rookie ball. There are a couple of guys that got drafted that are starting to play, and I am tracking those players, but want to hold off just a little bit before I start talking about it. I did want to talk about Dylan Cruz really quick just because he is really good. He'll probably be in the next video as well because he has played even better since then. But to start his professional career, over his first 2 games, 375 batting average, 375 on base percentage, 875 OPS. He had a double, 3 hits in those 2 games and only struck out once. So solid start for Dylan Cruz's career. And like I said, he has played better into this week so far. So I'm expecting him to make next week's recap as well. All right, as we jump into low A, Noah Schultz has been just dominant this year. He's only given up runs in 1 start this entire season. And this week, over 4 innings, he had 8 strikeouts, walked 2, 68 pitches. So his pitch count is slowly getting up there. They're finally letting him throw a little bit. By far the most pitches he's had this entire season. I don't have much to say other than he looks really good right now. I would love to see him keep throwing those 70-plus pitch outings and maybe even give him a start at high A before then this season. Next player, Brock Porter. Again, another kind of weird situation with Brock Porter, similar to Noah Schultz, is where they just don't let him throw. Like, he only 52 pitches this week. He had no earned runs. He had 6 strikeouts. Did walk 2, but again, the most pitches he's thrown this year is 74. Like, he's had 17 starts. Like, let the kid throw a little bit. I know you want to be gentle with these kids' arms and stuff like that, but like, with how relevant Tommy John is these days, just let him throw. They're going to get it. It sucks, but I feel like it's inevitable these days. And I do have one more pitcher here, Ricky Tiedemann, I wanted to touch on really quick, just because he's looking like he's back on track. They threw him up to Double-A this year. He really did okay. Had a setback, had an injury, and since then, he's looked good in his last 2 starts, but especially this week, 3 innings, only 1 hit, had 9 strikeouts and 50 pitches. Like, struck out every single out. So definitely made the recap. He's at low A. I'm expecting him back at Double-A before the end of the season, but looking super solid since coming back from his little injury. All right, our first hitter at low A is going to be Cam Collier. Always been a big fan of Cam Collier. Over 6 games this week, 391 batting average, 444 on base percentage, 1010 OPS. He had 4 doubles, 9 hits in 6 games. He had 7 RBIs, walked 3 times. Cam Collier, again, I think he's going to be super good. I really do. I still think he has so much potential, and I don't think he's even tapped into it yet. I think as he progresses through the minors, he's going to keep getting better. Big fan of Cam Collier. And another player I just keep getting higher and higher on, Justin Crawford, man. How do you hit that out? This is a guy with hasn't shown much power at all, and he hits that as a grand slam. Like, that is only a second home run of the entire year, and he basically dug it out of the ground. That's crazy. But he's been really good this year. Over 4 games this week, 444 batting average, 524 on base percentage, 1302 OPS. He had a home run, 3 doubles, 8 hits in 4 games. He had 10 RBIs, walked 3 times, 1 being intentional, and he only struck out twice. Justin Crawford, he's climbing. He's definitely looking like his father's son, that's for sure. Moving into high A, Robbie Snelling's been really good all year, and he continues to do just that. In his 16th start of the season, he went 5 innings with 7 strikeouts, only giving up 1 earned run and 4 hits. Robbie Snelling's a guy you don't really need to worry about his pitch counts. He's had very legitimate pitch counts all year, so there's no, like, is he actually good or not? Because, like, any pitcher can be good through, like, 3 innings sort of mindset. But Robbie Snelling, he looks really good. He's climbing that top 100 list basically every single time they update it now. All right, this one's refreshing. Jackson Jobe, who looked like a complete bust after getting drafted super high back in 2021. He looked really solid this year, honestly. He's done really well. Again, limited innings at the start of the season, but as he's starting to get more, he's still looking pretty good. And his second start at high A here, 5 innings, 6 strikeouts, 4 hits allowed, over 66 pitches. Solid start. Roman Anthony, another kid that just keeps impressing, honestly. He's starting to look really good. That's an impressive home run. Like, that's an absolute nuke for an Oppo Taco. Anthony this week over 6 games, 348 batting average, 423 on base percentage, 1075 OPS. He had a home run, a triple, 2 doubles, 8 hits in 6 games, and he had 3 walks. He's looking extremely good. He's barely 19 years old. And like I said, that power for a 19-year-old going the opposite field away, that's super impressive. Up next, Harry Ford, one of my guys, Oppo Taco. Harry Ford, he's had a little bit of a slow year, but he's still showing flashes. As someone who looked really good in the World Baseball Classic, he definitely hasn't shown out the way I'd like him to this year, but he has had a few weeks that are just nuclear, and this is another one here. Over 6 games this week, Ford hit 364 with a 517 on base percentage, 1245 OPS. He had a home run, a triple, 3 doubles, 8 hits in 6 games. He walked 5 times, got beaned twice, and stole a base. Again, this is by far the most athletic catcher in all of baseball. I think that is a huge perk for him, and it's going to kind of put him aside. If he can continue to grow as a catcher and as an offensive piece, if you throw some stolen bases in there, like, he's going to kind of be in his own little ball game when he does make the MLB. Teammates, Cole Young, another one of these guys that I am just really obsessed with, just doing his thing, starting to show a little power. Cole Young this week over 6 games, 381 batting average, 552 on base percentage, 1314 OPS. He had a home run, a triple, 3 doubles, 8 hits in 6 games, had 6 RBIs, walked 8 times, stole a base. Cole Young, man, he doesn't hit a lot of home runs, but he's turning into a extra base hit machine. He absolutely can rake. And our MVP at high A, and I don't even know how this got out, Emmanuel Rodriguez. Holy crap, do you have a lot of power to make that get out. It looked like he top spinned it. Rodriguez over 5 games this week, 353 batting average, 500 on base percentage, 1382 OPS. He had 3 home runs, 6 hits in 5 games. He had 6 RBIs, walked 5 times, and stole 2 bases. Is this what we've been waiting for? He's had so much hype for a while now. Like, is he finally starting to put it together? That's what we're waiting on, because I don't think anyone's doubting that the talent is there. Can he stay consistent? All right, moving into Double A. As usual, we have a lot of players. I feel like half the top 100 is in Double A these days. So we're going to go quick. Mick Abel leading us off over 5 1/3 this week. He did have 6 strikeouts, did walk 3, but overall he's looked pretty good this year. I still think he's underwhelming. I'm not a fan of Mick Abel at this point. Like, he still has over a 4 ERA. I know it's pitching, and pitchers, they bloom late a lot of the times. It's really hard to be good as a young arm, but I don't know. Like, he's still a top 50 prospect on almost every single prospect list, and I don't know. I don't agree with it anymore, but obviously he still has nasty stuff, and he had a good start this week. Another arm that's made these videos a lot recently, Cade Horton, over 4 innings. He had 6 strikeouts, only allowing 2 hits over 56 pitches. Another guy, he hasn't gone over 79 pitches this year. I would like to see him go a little bit deeper. He has gone through 5 innings a couple of times, which is good in that pitch count, but I'd like to see him get pushed a little bit more. All right, Jordan Beck makes his recap debut. Again, a lower key prospect here for the Rockies. Over 6 games this week, 278 batting average, but a 519 on base percentage and 907 OPS. He had 2 doubles, 5 hits in 6 games, and walked 9 times. He recently jumped into the top 100 on the MLB pipeline, so I did want to just include him because he's definitely showing a good presence at the plate, and he's looking pretty promising. Up next, a lot of people's favorite prospect right now, Evan Carter, hit a nuke. Evan Carter over 6 games this week, 250 batting average, 531 base percentage, 981 OPS. He had a home run, a double, 5 hits in 6 games. He had 5 RBIs, walked 10 times, got beaned once, had an intentional walk, stole 2 bases, did a little bit of everything. Again, I'm not big on Evan Carter. I'm really not. I don't know what it is. It's kind of just like a feeling for me. I just don't think he hits lefties good enough, personally, but when he does play well, he plays really, 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 really well. Up next, a prospect I am high on, Nick York. Crappy video, but clearly an absolute bomb to the parking lot. Nick York this week over 5 games, 273 batting average, only a 304 on base percentage, but he did have a 986 OPS because he had 3 home runs. He had 6 hits in 5 games. He had 4 RBIs, walked once, and stole 2 bases. Again, I love Nick York as a prospect. I think he's super good. I think he's going to be that captain-esque type player that the Red Sox really need. Up next, Junior Caminero, and I am definitely on board now. I got to watch him live in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and he is definitely the real deal. That was a home run, by the way. Saw the ump going like this at the end. It hit off the batter's eye. But over 6 games this week, Caminero, 333 batting average, 407 on base percentage, 1032 OPS. He had 2 home runs, a double, 8 hits in 6 games. He had 4 RBIs, walked 3 times. Like, I went to the game in Chattanooga, and I was like, all right, Junior Caminero, definitely not 157. He's big. He's a big dude. If he weighs 157, I weigh like 300 pounds. And then he had 4 hits. He went 4 for 6, hit 2 balls off the wall. I told myself when I went to the game that if he hit a home run, I was going to buy an expensive card of his. Hit 2 balls off the wall, so it wasn't meant to be, but did look really good. I will say he's kind of a free swinger. I did notice he will swing at a lot of different pitches out of the zone, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. He's just aggressive. Up next, and this one does make me happy. Like, I'm not even invested in Jackson Chourio at all. Like, I have 0 cards of Jackson Chourio. But I did think he was going to go nuclear after the All-Star break. Like, I just had a feeling, and I should have trusted my gut. Because I remember I said it on my recaps, too. I was like, I think going into the All-Star break, he had a really good week. I think he was just going to explode the second half of the season, and that's exactly what he's done so far. Over 6 games this week, 385 batting average, 429 on base percentage, 1044 OPS. He had 2 home runs, 10 hits in 6 games. He had 5 RBIs, walked twice, and yeah, Jackson Chourio definitely is back. He has officially arrived at Double A, and he looks really good the past few weeks. Up next, Jordan Lawler, someone I am very high on and invested in. Keeps doing his thing, man. He's having a really solid year after a really crappy start to the season. Jordan Lawler over 5 games this week, 348 batting average, 400 base percentage, 1052 OPS. He had 2 home runs, a double, 8 hits in 5 games. He's still striking out at a pretty high rate, but he did get beat and stole a base. So I did want to just talk about Lawler for a second. Over the season so far, he's hitting 258 with a 360 on base percentage, 833 OPS. Again, not crazy numbers. They don't jump off the board, but he's done a lot of things well. He has 15 home runs, 29 stolen bases, and 44 walks. So really solid season so far for Jordan Lawler, in my opinion, and he started really bad, like super bad. And our MVP at Double A, and I don't know how there isn't a video. I can't find a video of Jackson Holliday hitting a home run. Like, what the heck? But anyways, over 2 games this week. Again, it was only 2 games, but he's been playing super well at Double A, so I wanted to throw him in at the MVP just to give him the credit where credit's due. 556 batting average, 556 on base percentage, 1445 OPS. He had a home run, 5 hits in 2 games. He had 2 RBIs. Jackson Holliday, man, and this is why I wanted to include him. Look what he's done at Double A so far. He's basically hitting 400 with 1100 OPS and 3 home runs in 13 games. This dude is the number 1 prospect in baseball. He has completely put himself aside from everyone else in the minor leagues right now. It's insane. It's crazy. He's going to be debuting next year as a 20-year-old, 100%. I don't think he plays any games this year in the MLB unless the Orioles really decide to be crazy, but Jackson Holliday is him. Up next, Heston Kjerstad leads us off in AAA. Again, another Orioles prospect, man. It's time. Like, the outfielder didn't even move. Smashed it off the scoreboard. Heston this week over 7 games, 385 batting average, 429 on base percentage, 1082 OPS. He had a home run, a triple, 2 doubles, 10 hits in 7 games, walked 2 times, had 1 RBI. Like, this dude just rakes. He's having a super good year. He's 24. Just bring him up, Orioles. Please give this dude a chance. I know it's tough. They're playing super well right now, so it's hard to kind of add another piece into that. But God, he deserves a chance. Don't make him wait till he's 25. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. The Orioles are set up for just an absolute dynasty. Their farm system's still super good. Their major league roster looks really solid now, too. Joey Ortiz is another one of those guys. Ortiz this week over 7 games, 385 batting average, 429 on base percentage, 1082 OPS. He had a home run, 4 doubles, 10 hits in 7 games. He had 8 RBIs. He had 2 walks. And Joey Ortiz, man, I'm not crazy about him. I'm not high on him, but he looks good. He is 25. He is on the older side, but he's looking like a good piece for somebody. And our MVP at AAA, Ceddanne Rafaela, oh my goodness, has he absolutely arrived at AAA. Rafaela this week over 6 games, 318 batting average, but a 429 on base percentage and a 1429 OPS because he hit 5 home runs. This is a dude that's not that big and known for defense. 5 home runs, 7 hits in 6 games. He had 7 RBIs, walked 5 times on top of that, and stole a base. This kid is extremely athletic. I don't love his size. He is a little bit smaller. But the kid is an athletic specimen, and oh my goodness, did he killed it this week. He's been so good at AAA so far. All right, everyone, that's going to do it for the Week 18 minor league recap. Again, a lot of stuff going on in the minor leagues right now. There's so many players that look so good. And like I said, I feel like 90% of the top 100 right now is in Double A, which is exciting because you can pull those dudes up whenever you want at that point. So super, super fun stuff there. I think it's really fun time to be a card collector too, because of all of the debuts that are happening or could happen. And especially going into next year now with so many people still in AA, like probably 80% of those guys are going to make an MLB debut next season. So it's exciting right now. But it was an awesome week. A lot of strong performances. But as always, everyone, thank you all for watching. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. You have a great rest of your week. See ya!